Day in Woburn. I'm your host, Samantha Stone. We have Thanksgiving coming up this week, so there's lots and lots of things for us to be grateful for in our community. First up, we're going to talk to Mayor Scott Galvin, as always. Welcome, Scott.
Thanks, Samantha. How are we doing?
Good, thank you. I am already meal prepping. I braved the grocery store and, of course, forgot 3 things, so I'll be going back. But
Plenty of time.
yeah, I do. I think I'm okay. What are some of your favorite Thanksgiving traditions? Anything that
Thanksgiving's great. So I love the holiday, and it's good. People get back, and you get to see people you haven't seen in a while, and it's always nice to go to the football game. Although I don't like going to Winchester as much. It's nice when you have the home game, but Winchester's a nice place to go. But we'll make it the game, and then go over to my mother's house and spend some time with the family, watch some football and some soccer. Now we get the World Cup soccer, so that's exciting. We just tied Wales. It was 1-1. So it's a new twist on the World Cup. It's usually in the summertime, and because it's held in over at Qatar, which hot, they've changed it to this holiday season. So it's an exciting time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I am just all about food. That's all my Thanksgiving is just eating and eating and more eating. And I do all the cooking, so I'm ready to go. I'm eager to get in there. So, but after Thanksgiving, we also have the Festival on the Common, which is a really fun tradition. That's on Saturday from 3 to 7, I think. Is that correct?
3 to 7. Yeah. It's I think you had somebody on, but the information is posted on the city's website if anybody wants to find out the time of different events that are going on that day. But it's a great event going back over 25 years, and it's really become quite a tradition. And kids love it, parents love it. It's just a nice day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it really is a fun day, and it's fun to get out there. Even when it's chilly to walk around and to see everyone. So always a good time. I know that also, this morning I was dropping off some food baskets from the pantry. So I mentioned that only because it's a great time to help restock the pantry, all the food pantries. And I was supporting Social Concern this morning. They all give out lots of wonderful meals. So everybody who needs one can have a nice Thanksgiving meal with their family and friends, but that means their reserves go down. So if people have things that they want to donate, this is a great time of year to make sure we help them restock.
Yeah, good point. Tomorrow, which will be today, right? Today is on Tuesday. That's the Council of Social Concern. They're doing the turkey giveaway from the food pantry. That's a big day at the Legion. Starts at 1, goes to 4, and a lot of volunteers. And as you said, a lot of people have helped with donations and whatnot to make that happen. So they give away, I'm not gonna, well over a couple hundred turkeys they give away. So it's a great day, and they do a fantastic job up there. So I'll make my way over there tomorrow around 1 and help. It's a good feeling to help them out.
Yeah, it's great to know everybody's going to have a nice warm cozy meal. So I love that. Last week, we didn't get a chance to talk with you. I knew you were in meetings with teachers doing contract negotiations. I'm not sure if there's anything new to share since then. John did come on and gave us kind of a process update, but I wanted to give you a chance to update us if there was anything new.
No, there's nothing new. We're going to keep meeting. We've got meetings scheduled through, we get one on the 28th, and then we've got one in December. So we're going to keep going and, work and try to get something done that works for both sides.
Great. I drove by the fire station yesterday, and it looks really amazing. It is just really coming together. I think last time we spoke, it was going to be hopefully finished in February. Is that still the plan?
That's still the plan is the end of February. There may be a couple snags. One of the pieces that we were waiting on, the switchgear, which helps distribute all the electricity throughout the building, which had been delayed really, an inordinate amount of time, which has really set things back. It was, we were supposed to be in there, back in, originally it was July, and then it was pushed back to October, and now we're at February. So yeah, it's going to be great when it's finished, but the delays are really, to this point, getting unacceptable. And we're not real happy with, how the delays are going. But this week, they should be putting down all the curbing within the build, within the confines of the parking lot, and putting down a binder coat. So, they can keep moving through the winter without getting all muddy and whatnot. So we're hoping that all gets done this week. So it'll start looking even better, but we're, we want to get to the end point. We're all anxious to get them in there and get the new station up and running.
That'll be a nice, fun celebration when it's ready. So we'll do that. I also just wanted to mention that, of course, we don't have trash on Thursday. So anybody who has Thursday trash is still late to Friday, and the schedule's on the website. But I know that always comes up. Works perfectly for me because we have an excessive amount of leftover foods and scraps and things. So we get our Friday pickup. But for those who are wondering, anything else that you wanted to touch base on?
Small stuff. I mean, like you said, it's a good week. So, we're everybody's in a festive mood, which is good. We're meeting today over at Spence Farm to get some input on the skateboard park. So that's meeting scheduled 5:30. I'll take a ride over there, just drop in, and that's good. And as I said, we've got a tax classification hearing, which is next Thursday, December 1st. That's the important date where the council selects the shift of the tax burden from business away from residents and more onto business. So that's a good hearing if people want to come down and watch that. That is determinative of what your tax rate will actually be. So that's December 1st. Otherwise than that, we had a successful COVID clinic. We did the vaccine clinic this Saturday. 50 kids from ages 5 to 11 came down. So that's good. The more you can get, the better we're going to be going into this triple threat, as they say, the RSV, the flu, and COVID. So people have to keep their guard up so we can have a good winter.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks for joining us as always, Scott. We really appreciate it.
Yep. Good to be here. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thank you. You too. Next up, we have Bill and Alyssa. Welcome.
Hello, Samantha. How are you?
Excellent. Glad to have you both on. Alyssa, I'm going to start with you because I know you have been part of the mastermind group of people who are the Know Your Neighbor dinner. And I just absolutely love this idea. I'm super sad that I will actually be out of state, but I know you will do future things and I will get a chance to do them. But tell us a little bit about how that started and what it's all about.
Absolutely. So Jenna Francis, who is unable to be with us today, this had to do, she was speaking to some people, Pastor Bill was one of them, and during the gun violence that happened this summer, the gun violence vigil, and really was just thinking about how can we have events in the community that are more focused on getting to know people and something fun rather than every time something bad happens, everybody comes together, which is great. But that's, not leaving a lot of time for people to talk and really get to know each other and strengthen some of those community bonds. So that it came out of that. And so we've been talking and just trying to figure out how we could do that. And it came up that we'd have, a dinner, just be a couple hours one evening. And hopefully we'll have people from all different groups in the community come.
I love it. So tell us, where is it being held? And is it like a potluck, or are there people, or it will be served? How is that going to work?
So as
you know, all I care about is food. If you watch it all, you know that I find any excuse to talk about food.
I have the menu right here. But you said hopefully you'll be at the next one. Just want to let you also know it will hopefully be a series of events. So the focus this time is on the Middle Eastern culture. So we are lucky enough to have some people from the community who are Middle Eastern. They're making hummus and pita, samosas. We're going to have some chicken rolls, falafel, some baklava and other pastries, dates, other dried fruits and nuts. And it's going to be held at the Studio Cafe, which also means that they said they will be serving their full drink menu. So you can also come in and get hot chocolate or a smoothie or things like that. But we were really, really fortunate that they were free that day, so we could have it there.
I am my mouth is watering. All of those things sound amazing. What a great chance. For those who want to, do you want them to RSVP ahead of time? Like where should they go do that? Just show up? How do you want to work that?
Yeah, it's from 4 to 6 on December 4th. I think that's right. And they just show up. There is no way to RSVP. You just show up. You can come for the entire time. You can just stop in for a little bit and grab something to eat. We'll have a very limited speaker. A couple kids one speaker and then a couple kids from the high school are going to be reading poems and things like that, just to sort of talk a little bit about community and what it means. But other than that, no, you don't have to, just show up.
I think that's wonderful. Thank you to everyone, and Jenna and all the team working behind the scenes, and the people who are cooking, and the Studio Cafe for hosting. I can't wait to see pictures and hear all about how it goes. That's going to be really, really great.
Thank you.
Welcome, Pastor. I'm so glad to have you on today.
Hi, good to see you again, Samantha.
Unfortunately, we're in a situation where we are still having to worry about gun violence as a community. And I know for the last few years, we've gotten together and held a vigil for those folks who have been victims of gun violence in our community and surrounding communities, as a way to come together in solidarity and remind ourselves that, the important role our community plays. That is scheduled for December 10th. Do I have that right?
Right, so we're going to have a vigil of remembrance and hope on December 10th. We've done this a couple other years in the past, and we do this in December because it lines up with the remembrance of the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting, which was 10 years ago in December, I think December 14th. A terrible school shooting where 20 children were killed, 6 adults. And so people across the country come together in December to remember that, to remember all the victims and survivors of shootings, and just to hold the vigil, to light candles, to listen to music, to hear some speakers, talk about the impact of gun violence on their lives, and really just continue to commit ourselves to trying to reduce the amount of gun violence in our country. It's astounding to me that 110 people die every day from gun violence in our country. So this vigil is open to everyone in the community. It's happening at the Woburn United Methodist Church at 523 Main Street, and it will be at 4 o'clock on December 10th, and it'll go about an hour.
It's a really lovely service for anyone who hasn't been before. There's something very special about coming together in the community and the candlelight and the honest tellings of stories. But it is quick, so we can fit it in. We know everybody's really busy, but really looking forward to seeing a lot of people there. I also understand that there is a remote link. I think this is done as at Facebook Live, also for those who maybe aren't able to physically be in the church. Is that correct?
That's right. The church has a Facebook page, and we will be showing it on the Facebook page, Facebook Live. So if you're not comfortable coming out, or you need to be at home, you can still watch it and experience it and be part of it. The other thing is, we ask people if they want to wear green. Green was the school color for Sandy Hook Elementary, and it has become sort of the color of this event. So if you want to wear something green, it's holiday festive, and it's also remembering the people who died and who survived at Sandy Hook 10 years ago.
Thank you for all of that. I hope to see lots of people there. I'm also, I am full on holiday mode right now. I am not too embarrassed to admit I've already watched 2 Christmas movies, including the most recent Christmas Story. And if you saw the original, it's super fun and playful and nostalgic and enjoyed it. But I'm ready to turn Christmas music on. My family isn't quite ready for me to be blasting that through the household, so I keep it in my office or my car when I'm alone. But you have a really lovely carol singing coming up. I think it's on the 17th, if my notes are correct. Tell us a little bit about what that is and how people can participate.
Right, Samantha, I have strict rules about no Christmas carols before December 1st in our family. So it's a good thing you and I are in separate households, but I do love Christmas carols when we get into the season. And so this year at the church, we decided to do just a community carol sing. So it is going to be on that Saturday, the 17th, from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock. The hope is, if you're out doing some shopping or just whatever you're doing, you can swing by the church and enjoy some caroling. Come for the whole time, come for part of it. We will just be gathering in the hall on the first floor. We will have a piano player. We'll have little books with Christmas carols in it so people can sing along. And we'll put out tea and coffee and some cookies. And, hopefully it's just a fun community event. Everybody is welcome to join us to get in the spirit. And we'll sing some Christmas carols. And you don't have to be a great singer. We just look for people with enthusiasm and zest and who just enjoy singing together. So yeah, that'll be on Saturday.
You to that, because I definitely fall into the camp of been told in chorus in middle school, just mouth the words, Samantha. Don't actually say them out loud. But I can come with a smile and enthusiasm. That I can do. What a really fun way to celebrate the holidays and again, to gather as a community. Thank you both so much for sharing all three of those communities. For those of you who are watching, I just want to wish you a very happy Thanksgiving. I'm so grateful for your participation and suggesting guests, for coming on the show, for watching. It's a great way for us to build the community together. And I get spoiled because I get to talk with lots of folks like my guest today to learn all about the things that are happening in the community. So please continue to make recommendations. I have dedicated the December 12th show to some small local businesses who have things that are sort of holiday gift oriented. So if you or a business you love, you think should be featured on that, please let me know and we'll coordinate doing that. And between now and then, happy Thanksgiving. And as always, Woburn, please continue to take good care of each other.